Hello everyone. So today I'm going to teach you how to take accurate measurement, accurate body measurement. The first thing you need to do is to take your shoulder measurement, your across shoulder measurement. And that across shoulder measurement, you don't take it from here. You take it from the shoulder bone here, this particular place. That is where you start taking your measurement from. For instance, you can see this seam. This is where her actual shoulder is. This is the shoulder bone. Okay, this is the shoulder bone. So if I'm going to take her measurement for the back, ask your client to turn back like this and measure from this shoulder bone to this shoulder bone. You can see this is it. Don't make it come down. Don't make it come down like this. Just take it from this shoulder bone to this shoulder bone, and I can safely use 15 and a half inch for her. You can see 15 and a half inch for her because this is her shoulder bone. Okay, you can still use 16 inches because it will not still fall from her shoulder. It will not still fall from her shoulder. You can see, okay, but 15 and a half inch is the perfect measurement for this person. All right, so that is it. The next measurement I'm going to take is the, okay, before we move to the next one, let me tell you that we have two types of measurement. We have the horizontal measurement and we have the vertical measurement. The horizontal measurements are the round measurements. All round measurements on the body are horizontal measurement, horizontal. Okay, and then we have the vertical measurement. The vertical measurements are the point to point measurement, like shoulder to bust point, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waistline, shoulder to, that is what I'm referring to the vertical measurement. But the horizontal measurements are the bust round, under bust round, waist round, bicep round, anything round in the body is horizontal measurement, with the exception of bust span measurement. Okay, with the exception of bust span measurement and the shoulder measurement, because shoulder is horizontal but it's not round. Even though we can take round body, but that is not shoulder. That is not the shoulder measurement we are talking about. But this shoulder measurement that we've just finished taking is a horizontal measurement, but it's not round. Across bust span measurement, which we call nipple to nipple measurement, is also a horizontal measurement, but we are not taking it round. Okay, so that is very important to note. And then we have two others, which is across chest measurement and across back measurement. I know a lot of you don't even care to take that measurement, and it's very, very important if you want to have a very fitted dress without any fold around the arm area. Across chest and across back measurement are very, very important when you are dealing with a very, very close fitting dress without, and you don't want to have any excess around the armhole. Take note of that, and we're going to talk about a lot of them in the course of this measurement class. It's going to be a lengthy class, but trust me, you're going to learn and unlearn a lot of things from this class. Okay, moving to the next one. The next one is shoulder, and when I'm taking my shoulder, I'm taking it from here, shoulder to bust point. You know, we have taken across shoulder, across the shoulder. Now we are now to start taking the vertical measurements. We have taken one horizontal, but now we'll keep taking vertical measurement, and those are the guidelines. The vertical measurements are what will give us our pattern guidelines. Okay, so now shoulder to bust point. Her shoulder to bust point is 11 inches. 11 inches according to this measurement. Her shoulder to bust point is 11 inches. Okay, so and you can see this is the fullest part of her bust, and that is 11 inches. We are not taking it here. We are not taking it here. If you take 10 inches, it's not correct. If you take 12 inches, it's not correct. If you take 13 inches, it's not correct. Her actual shoulder to bust point is 11 inches. So when you are placing it on your pattern paper, shoulder to bust point is 11 inches. This is how to take the measurement. Then the next one is, without removing this tape, the next one is shoulder to under bust. And her shoulder to under bust, as we can see, is 14 inches. So shoulder to bust point is 11, shoulder to under bust is 14. Then from there, I will keep this my hand here, my finger here, and then I will go to the waistline. There is something we call half length, and there's something we call waistline. There's something we call upper waistline, and there's something we call lower waistline. So this is where to determine your waistline. Okay, are we going to go with the half length of a top, or we are going to go with the actual waist area, or we are going to go with the low or upper waist area? So you determine where you want your own to be, okay, depending on what you are actually going to make. Okay, so from there I can take 17 inch as her waist measurement. Okay, that is her waist measurement, like this. So this is it. This is a lower waist, this is upper waist. Okay, so I took the upper waist instead of the lower waist. This is her lower waist. Okay, so that is it. Then from that 17 inches, you see, from here, 11, 14, 17, you can ask this person to tie, if you want to make sure that all the time you know exactly where you are taking your measurement from. You can ask your client to tie something around the waist so that you can always refer to that particular point. Okay, so let me tie something around the actual waist, and then we continue from there. All right, everyone, so now we are going to take the horizontal measurement, which are the round measurement. Anything that has to do with round is horizontal, with the exception of bust span, across chest, and across back measurement. Do you understand? So now, have we taken the back measurement?
No.
We are not taking the back measurement.
No.
So in our last video, the vertical measurement, we've forgotten to take the back length measurement, shoulder or the back neck to actual back waistline, because the front length is different from the back length. So we've forgotten to take that. That is what we're going to take now. Let me give you for an instance with the reason why you have to take the front and take the back at the same time. Okay, the measurement is from here, look at it, from here to here to here to here. This is almost 18 inches. This is 18 inches according to where this line is. This our guideline is 18 inches. But let's see how the back is going to be. Turn. We started from here. Okay, so you will see this is the back length. Okay, back length. The back is 16 inches. You can see. So that means the front is longer than the back by 2 inches. The front is longer than the back by 2 inches, and this is where underarm measurements or bust dart comes in. Okay, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to measurement, and that is the reason why I always advise you to get your books, to get your fashion books, be able to read very well. Okay, get your Helen Armstrong book and read. You will understand all these things at ease. Okay, so try and be reading on your own. It's going to be very, very important, and it will help you very, very much. Okay, so let's move into our horizontal measurements, which are the round measurements. And the round measurements are going to be based on where our vertical measurements are. The horizontal measurements are going to be based on where our vertical measurements are. Okay, so now, we've taken from shoulder to bust line. So the first measurement we are going to take is now bust round. We are going to take bust round, which is going to be the first measurement. And how you're going to take your bust round is by taking, open your hands, taking your measurement round. Okay, round. Is it tight?
No.
You don't make it too tight. Okay, you have to add an ease allowance, and to add ease allowance you can just put maybe 2 fingers under your tape rule. Okay, and then make sure that it is flat at the back and also at the front, and make sure that it is at the fullest part of the bust. Make sure that it is at the fullest part of the bust. And her measurement here is 36 and a half. Her bust round measurement is 36 and a half. Then we come down to under bust round measurement. Under bust round measurement is immediately under the bust. Okay, under the bust. And also you have to make sure that it is not too tight. You add ease allowance with your fingers inside under. Okay, so this is 31 inch. So her bust is 36.5 while her under bust is 31. Okay, now we come to the waist measurement. The waist measurement is 29. This is 29 with the ease allowance. Her waist measurement is 29. So we have gotten the round measurement of the waist. Now we come to the hip round. Okay, come to the hip round, the fullest part of the hip. Turn. Okay, this is the fullest part of the hip, and that is what you are going to take. You're going to measure the fullest part of the hip. You take it round and you make sure that it's not too tight. The fullest part of the hip, and this is 43 inches. So her hip round is 43 inches. Okay, so now the next thing is the upper thigh measurement. In case you are dealing with trousers, this measurement is only applicable when you are dealing with trousers. You ask your client to open her legs, okay, and then take the upper thigh measurement. This is how to take your upper thigh measurement. You take your measurement like this, and then you pull it this way, and this is 27. This is her upper thigh measurement. This is how to take upper thigh measurement, and this is important when you are dealing with trousers. When you are dealing with trousers, this is around the crotch area. And then the next round measurement is knee round, but you cannot take knee round like this when the legs are straight like this, and it is only when you are dealing with trousers that you will take this one. And then you cannot take it when the legs are straight. You take it like this. You ask your client to raise her leg and fold it up, you get, so that you can get, so that you will be sure even if the person kind of fold her legs, she's not going to be choked by that fabric. So we have 18 inches here for her. Then if you need the ankle, you can still take the ankle measurement. Okay, so that is the body downward horizontal measurement. But then there is another one that we said is not round, but it's still part of the horizontal measurement, which is the across chest measurement. And this across chest measurement is very important if you want to have a fitted chest area. It is not over bust, it is across chest. Okay, so from this part of the arm to this part of the arm, this is how to measure it. Her across chest measurement is 13 inches. 13 inches. That is her across chest measurement. And then we have across back measurement. Her across back measurement is expected to be bigger than her across chest measurement. Okay, so this is it. Her across back measurement is 15.5, but we can use 15 inches. Her across chest measurement is 13, but her across back measurement is 13 and 15 inch. That means if you use only the across chest measurement to take the front and the back, you are going to have issue with your pattern. If you use 15-inch for front and back, you are going to have excess at the front of your pattern. So you have to be very, very careful. Okay, then we are now going to take the armhole round measurement. It's also a round measurement. This is the armhole round measurement. Her armhole round is, because we need to add some ease, her armhole round measurement can be 19 inches, but we can still use 18 inches. Okay, we can still use 18 inches if the material is not stretchy. Okay, if the material is not stretchy. So that is it. Okay, then we have the bicep. This is the bicep, the middle part of this. So this is how to take your bicep. The bicep is 12 inches. Okay, the armhole is 18, while the bicep is 12 inches. Then we come to the elbow. You cannot just measure the elbow like this. You have to ask your client to fold her hands and take it like this, so that when they fold their hands like this, it will not disturb them. Okay, so you have to do it and make sure that, is it okay? Okay. It's not too tight, right? Do it. Okay, you can see. So we can take 12 inches also here as our elbow measurement, and then of course the last one we can take this, okay, the wrist measurement. And that is it. That is how to take your measurement when it comes to horizontal measurement. Very, very important. Okay, so let's meet in our next video, where I will be explaining more on other professional measuring techniques. Also, we are going to talk about trousers very soon. Now we're going to talk about trousers, how you can be able to measure trousers effectively. Okay, basically we have three types of measurement, three methods. Okay, three methods of taking crotch measurement, and those are the actual methods. Those are the actual ways you can follow to get your crotch measurement. Any other thing apart from those three is just kind of trying to be smart and trying to use what you have been using, what works for you. But if you want to really measure and be sure about your crotch or your measurement, these three methods are what you should also always use to get or to determine your crotch. Because our body, people's body differs. Okay, we have different body shapes, and you cannot use one method to determine everybody's body type. Okay, so that is the reason why we're going to show you how to measure everyone, so that you can be able to get that particular. Mind you, you can still use those formulas to get your crotch measurement. It is not bad. What I'm just saying is, it is not 100% reliable. Okay, those formulas are not 100% reliable, and some of the methods I'll be showing you here are not really convenient for you to be using on every client you come across. So you should understand, but it is very important for you to understand and to learn how to take the proper measurement as a fashion designer or as a tailor, so that even if you are not using it, you know exactly how to take it if there is a situation that warrants that. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's dive into what we are going to discuss on trousers. We have three methods. We have the sitting method, we have the inseam outseam method, and we have the round method. Okay, sitting method, inseam outseam method, and round method. I'm going to demonstrate all those three methods for you here, so that you can see it and learn from there. You can practice it also anywhere you are. Okay, so let's dive into it. Now let's talk about the first one, which is the sitting method. Okay, the sitting method. Bring that Okay, the sitting method, you ask your client to sit down on a flat surface. Okay, ask your client to sit down on a flat surface. Tie something around her waist like this, and then take your measurement. This is going to determine the length, the crotch length of your client. And when you take this and you determine the crotch length, what will now complement it to get your crotch width is your upper thigh round. You know, we've taken upper thigh round in the horizontal measurement video, right? So now I will take my measurement from this point to the flat surface like this. Okay, I'm going to take it all the way to the flat surface. So from here to here, I have 11.5. 11.5. So her crotch length, this person's crotch length is 11.5. So I can take, when I'm making my pattern, I can use 11.5 as long as I want her crotch to start from here, her trouser waist to start from here. 11.5 will be enough for her. And this is called the sitting method. And it will give you the length of your crotch. That is the crotch depth. Okay? And that is the method number 1. Okay, take it to the side. All right, so this brings us to the method number 2, which is the round method. Round method will give you the total crotch measurement. And round method, you take your tape from the waist at the front to the waist at the back. Okay, just take this and put it from the back. Okay, so now you can see from here, this is the waist at the front, right? This is the waist at the front. Come to the back, and this is the waist at the back. So now this is giving us the total crotch of this person. Okay, so this is it, and it's okay. And her total crotch is 31. The total crotch is 31. So now I will divide this 31 by 2, which is going to give me the front crotch and the back crotch. And remember, this is the entire crotch, not only the depth of the crotch. This is entire crotch with the curve together. But we know that the back crotch is usually longer than the front crotch. So this is 31 inch. Divide by 2, it's 15.5, right? But when we are taking the front crotch, we are going to reduce by 1 inch from this front. From the front, we're going to reduce 1 inch, which is going to give us 14.5 at the front. And then for the back, it's going to give us 17. It's going to give us 18 inches. Okay? If you add 15.5 to plus 1.5 is what?
15.5 plus
1.5 is what?
That's 16.5.
That's 16.5. So the back is going to be 16.5, while the front is going to be 15.5 minus...
That's 17, no, sorry.
17.
15.5 plus 1.5.
So 17 at the back, and at the front is going to be 15.5 minus 1 inch is what?
16.5 minus 1 inch.
15.5 minus 1 inch.
14.5.
Front is going to be 14.5, while the back is going to be 17 inches. So that is how we're going to shade. And as I said, the crotch curve is also included at the round measurement, okay? But the total measurement, the total crotch after you finish everything, it should be 31 inches, okay? That is inseam, outseam method. Now, the last one, which is that's the round method. Now the last one, which is the inseam, outseam method. The inseam, outseam method, it's also going to give you only the length of your crotch, okay? And then you will use the upper thigh round to get the depth of your crotch. So how are we going to do it? Inseam is the distance from here to the full length, or to any particular place you decide to stop, okay? That is the inseam. And the outseam is the distance from here to the full length, or any particular place you decide to stop, okay? So now, put it on your inseam. You ask your client if it is comfortable with the client, and if the client is wearing trouser, to put it at their inseam. Okay, this is her inseam. Okay, then you take your measurement all the way down to the full length. Okay, this full length is where her trousers is stopping, and this full length is 29 inches. Okay, 29 inches. So her inseam measurement is 29 inches. Then now the outseam. Turn. Now the outseam by the side.
Sorry. By the side. Let me come.
Now the outseam. This is the outseam. Okay. You take the outseam to 20. What did you say?
21 and
25.
25. Okay.
Okay. That's 25. Do it so that we can confirm it.
Okay.
This is 28 inches, not 25. It's 28 inch. So now the outseam, hold it here. The outseam is 40 inch. 28, 40. 28, 40. So what we're going to do is, to get our crotch depth, what we're going to do is we are going to minus 28 from 40. What are we going to have?
28 minus
40.
20.
28 minus 40.
I'll be 40 minus 28.
40 minus 28.
That's minus 12 now. I'll be 12. 28 plus 12 is 40.
Okay, so our
If it's
our
28 minus
crotch-
40 minus 12, 40 minus 28, 12.
that is what I'm saying. 12
Okay.
inches, right?
Yes.
So 12 now is our crotch depth. What you notice here is our crotch depth for the first one is 11.5, right?
Yes.
Our first one is 11.5, and this one is giving us 12 inches. So there is 0.5 inch difference. Where the difference might come from is probably around where we place this and where she put it at the inseam area. Okay, that is where the discrepancy of that 0.5 inch might come from. Okay, but 0.5 inch crotch issue, it's not going to be reasonable. It is negligible. Okay, we can forget about that, and it's going to be still okay. The trouser is still going to be okay. So these are the three methods you can use in getting your crotch measurement in order to achieve trouser, to make a perfectly fitted trouser with good crotch area. Okay, so let's meet in our next video. I hope you understand something here. And also, don't forget, you can still use your formula to get your crotch measurement and others. But this is just the standard way of measuring crotch. I hope you learned something, and let's meet in our next video. All right, so sometimes you will have those clients, maybe clients that are not staying in your country, clients abroad, some from UK clients, US clients, other clients from anywhere you get around the world, clients that are not together with you anyways, but they also don't have measurements. They don't know their own measurement, and they want to make maybe gown with you, free wears with you. The only thing they know about themselves is their height. When you ask them their height, they know exactly what their height is. What is your height?
5'6".
5'6". Let's take Favor for instance. She's 5'6". Maybe she's not staying with me. She's not around where I'm staying. She's maybe in another country. But she wants me to make a boo-boo gown for her, a free wear for her. She don't have measurement. She don't know how to take her measurement, and she don't also know where to get somebody to take her measurement. As a tailor or a fashion designer, how can you use that her height to get her gown length? That is exactly what I'm going to show you today. 1 foot is equals to 12 inch. 1 foot is equals to 12 inch. So she is 5'6". That means the only way I can get her length is to convert that 5'6" feet into inches. I'll convert it to inches. And how I'm going to do that is simply by timesing 5.6 times 12, which is around 67.2, right? 67.2 inches. So it means the height of Favor from the top of her head all the way to the down part is 67.2 inches. But that is not the gown measurement that I need. Okay, so her gown measurement has to start from shoulder, not from the top of her head. Okay, but how am I going to get that measurement? Then I have to reduce her head off from that measurement. So what I will simply do is, I know her entire length, Favor's entire length is 67.2 inches. What I will just do is to remove the measurement, the length from the top of her head to her shoulder. And how I'm going to do that, for instance, almost averagely, people have their own different neck heights, okay, but there is a range that you can be able to manipulate. For instance, now we are going to measure, because we have Favor here, we are going to measure her, we're going to see, and then you can manipulate maybe -1 or +1. Most times it will work like that. So I can take the measurement from here. This is, I believe this is the center of Favor's head, and then I will take a straight line all the way to her shoulder. Okay, all the way to her shoulder. This is 10 inches. I'm saying 10 inches. Okay, 10 inch. What I will do is, to get her gown length, I'm just going to say 67.2 minus 10 inches, and that is her gown length. 67.2 minus 10 inches. What is that measurement? 57.2. That means her gown length is 57.2. So even if Favor is not in Nigeria or in my country, even if Favor is in the US, UK, Australia, anywhere around the world, as long as she knows her height, I can be able to make gown for her by using this method. Just knowing how to convert her height into inches. Do you understand? And that is it. And that is the trick. As a fashion designer or as a tailor, you should know that. Now that we have already gotten like an approximate 57 inch, I don't know her measurement, but I can tell you, based on that calculation and that deduction, her length should be 57, around 57 inches. But you can confirm it. So we turn to this side, or let's just stay like this. Because when you are taking gown length, you want to take the measurement across the bust, okay? Or let me say over the bust, okay? Not across, over the bust. Your measuring tape should go over the bust, not like this. Not like this. You don't take measurement, gown length like this. No, you take gown length like this, okay? Gown length like this, not like this. Even top length, you don't take top length like this. If you take it like this, it's going to be short. You take top length like this over the bust, okay? So now let's measure and see if we are right with that our 57.2 inch assumption. Okay, you can see this is exactly 57 inches. So we are right based on our deduction and calculations. And that's how simple it is to get something, even if the client is not around or close to you. Let's meet in our next video.